developments. Solid and strong relations on the path of partnership and development.
Welcome back. Well, to shed more light on the visit by Comoros President to Egypt and his meeting with President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, Her Excellency Ambassador Sou'ad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon.
Well, Your Excellency, how do you see the timing of the visit by the Comoros President to Egypt and his meeting with President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi?
The Comoros President, His Excellency Asari Assoumani, is very close to President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. There had been a lot of contacts between both of them during the past year, and this visit is very important because it will focus on the promotion of the bilateral relations and to strengthen the development agenda between both countries. Of course, it is important for both countries to review the regional and the continental issues of mutual interest. That is why the Egyptian president and the Comoros president are meeting today so that they maintain cooperation in different areas.
Yes. Your Excellency, Ambassador Shalaby, how do you see the importance of boosting ties between the two countries and upgrading the ties?
As you know, that the ministers of foreign affairs have declared that it is important to both countries to cooperate in the field of education, in health, in capacity building. And they conveyed that it is these sectors are very important from the point of view of Egypt, because Egypt has a lot of experience in capacity building, in infrastructure, and in supporting other African countries. So it is important for the Comoros to the Union of Comoros to be in touch or to be close to Egyptian development cooperation, so that they can benefit from the experience of Egypt in different sectors, especially in the field of ports and in the field of industrial capacity.
Yes. Your Excellency, Ambassador Shalaby, the regional and peace and security issues also top the agenda of the talks. So how would you list the challenges to peace and security in Africa?
Well, as you know, that the location of the Comore Island is very strategic, especially for the Gulf of the Gulf country. I mean the countries that are in the Gulf of Arabia and entrance to the Red Sea, and this is a very important and strategic location, especially that the Horn of Africa is one of the places that Egypt has a lot of cooperation, a lot of important strategic contacts with all the countries in the Horn of Africa. So the location of the Comore Island is very important for Egypt. And as you know, that there has been investment over worth 60 million euros worth of investment between the Egyptian Arab contractors and the Comore Island in construction of the Moheli port in Comore Island.
Yes.
And this is a very important project that will include the Minister of Housing, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and Minister of infrastructure and engineer in Comoros have already stated that this is one of the very important projects that Egypt and Comor Island are executing.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Shalaby, how do you see the flurry of the diplomatic activity by the African states in order to settle the latest strifes in the continent?
Well, this is one of the most important steps that Egypt takes, which is trying to spread the investments of Egyptian companies in African countries. And of course, as you know, Africa is rich with wealth of natural resources, and all the Western world is looking to the future in order to invest in Africa. So the importance of Egyptian-African relations lies in the national security and regional stability, in fighting terrorism and extremist groups, in spreading sustainable development and peace. So the cooperation that Egypt established between African countries is mainly to move the experience or to transfer the experience of Egypt in economic relations and cooperation. Through the economic relations and cooperation, especially that there are financial institutions that are ready to help the Egyptian companies in order to have to increase their investments in Africa.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Shalaby, how would the cooperation between Egypt and African nations would help reach developmental milestones that would serve the whole continent?
It's important to link the agendas. Like, for instance, Comor Island have its own vision to 2030. Egypt has its strategic also vision 2030, and the African agenda is 2063. So it is good to link all the three agendas in order to have strategic partnership and to have close relationship between Egypt and African countries because of the history, because of culture, geography, and economics. Yes. So, as you know, Egypt is a leader for African countries from the point of view of development issues, and of course there are many countries that benefit from the capacity building of its resources. Here they come to Egypt. Egypt offers many training courses for police, for the officials in different fields, and of course the agreements that have been signed between Egypt and Africa, especially the African Free Trade Area. So Egypt is now the leading country in the field of trade and economic relations between African countries. So this needs a follow-up and needs to continue to follow up with the development agencies who are working for Africa.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information. Your Excellency Ambassador Sou'ad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister, really had the pleasure to have this phone with you. Well, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Migration and Expatriate Affairs, Badr Abdel Ati, and Massad Boulos, advisor to U.S. President for Arab and Middle East Affairs, have discussed bilateral ties and regional security challenges in a phone call. Boulos also served as a senior advisor for African affairs at the U.S. State Department. The discussion have covered the strategic partnership between Egypt and the U.S., focusing on mutual interests and joint efforts to achieve peace and security in the Middle East and Africa. More in the following report.
Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati emphasized to Masad Bulu, Senior Advisor for Africa, and to the U.S. President on Arab and Middle Eastern affairs, that African conflicts and disputes cannot be resolved through military means, but require peaceful political solutions. Abdulati made the remarks during his phone call with the U.S. official on Saturday. They addressed several regional issues, particularly developments in the Horn of Africa, Sudan, Libya, and the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. According to a Foreign Ministry statement, Abdulati highlighted Sisi's efforts to achieve security and stability across Africa and support post-conflict reconstruction to alleviate humanitarian suffering, possibly only through mobilizing international organizations and powers. Abdulati affirmed support for security and stability in Sudan and Somalia and respect for their sovereignty and territorial integrity. On Lebanon, Abdulati affirmed support for its government and institutions and stressed the need to implement the November ceasefire agreement, ensure the Israeli complete withdrawal from southern Lebanon, and apply UN Resolution 1701 thoroughly and without selectivity. Additionally, he reiterated commitment to supporting Syria and its peoples. He condemned the Israeli airstrikes in Damascus near the presidential palace, calling it a violation of the 1974 disengagement agreement and rejecting any Israeli interference in Syrian affairs under any pretext. During their call, both sides agreed to maintain close coordination to advance mutual interests and address regional challenges in Africa and the Middle East. The call also covered Egyptian-American relations and their ongoing strategic partnership across key areas.
The Egyptian national weightlifting team delivered a powerhouse performance at the 2025 African Championship in Mauritius, capturing 12 medals, including 9 golds from just 4 competitors.